This video is for educational purposes only. The storyline is inspired by real-life case studies, but the characters and events depicted are entirely fictional. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental and unintentional. There is no intention to offend anyone in any way. The author disclaims any liability for any interpretation, action, or consequence resulting from this content. Viewers are advised to conduct their own research and consult relevant professionals for specific advice.
What if I told you that a woman who tried 9 different antidepressants and even shock therapy still couldn't escape the darkness, until she discovered a remedy so ancient and powerful that it changed everything? Let's call her M. At 50 years old, M had become a ghost in her own life. For years, she battled the kind of depression that makes you feel like you're drowning, even when you're standing on dry land. 9 different medications, 9 electroconvulsive therapy. Nothing worked. Plot twist. The treatments meant to save her were making everything worse. M described it as a feeling of deadness inside, like she was watching her life through thick glass. And the thoughts, the dark ones that whisper at 3 a.m., they were getting louder. But here's where it gets wild. After traditional medicine failed her, M took a risk that would change everything. She found a homeopath who looked beyond her symptoms and saw something unusual in her case. This wasn't just depression, this was a deeper imbalance that conventional medicine wasn't touching. The remedy? A microscopic dose of something containing gold. Not just any gold preparation, Aurum Muriaticum Natronatum. And no, you can't just wear gold jewelry and get the same effect. Homeopathy works on a principle that honestly sounds a bit crazy to most people. The more diluted something is, the more powerful it becomes for specific symptoms. It's kind of like finding the exact key for a very specific lock. M's symptoms were the perfect match for this remedy. Feeling dead inside, taking hurts to heart really easily, overwhelming guilt, and those persistent thoughts about ending it all. Her brain was literally starving for this. But would it actually work when everything else had failed? Here's where, well, most people would give up. This wasn't an overnight fix. M took her remedy daily, gradually increasing the potency. For weeks, honestly, nothing seemed to happen. Her psychiatrist was skeptical, her family was losing hope. But then, day 60, something changed. The fog began to lift. Not all at once, but enough that M noticed something she hadn't felt in years. Hope. Over the next 2 years, healing really does take time. M underwent a transformation that her doctors just couldn't explain. Her energy came back, her concentration got better, her memory, well, it sharpened in ways she hadn't felt in ages. And honestly, the most shocking part? Under her psychiatrist's supervision, she slowly stopped taking all her psychiatric medications, the very ones she'd been told she'd need for life. Her blood work was insane. But the changes weren't just happening in her brain chemistry. M finally found the courage to leave a relationship that just wasn't serving her anymore. She filed for divorce, and instead of falling apart, she actually felt empowered. She described it as feeling like my old self again, that person she thought was gone forever. And it was all because of a remedy that, honestly, most doctors have never even heard of. The one thing she did differently. Look, I'm definitely not saying you should toss out your medications. That would be dangerous and honestly, irresponsible. M did this under really careful medical supervision over years. What I am saying is that sometimes, the answer isn't always in the mainstream. This case was actually published in the peer-reviewed journal Homeopathy by a respected practitioner named Raymond Siever. But wait, there's more. Did I mention M also had eczema that had plagued her for years? That improved too. The mind-body connection is real, folks. MM's story isn't unique. There are thousands of cases where people have found healing through paths their doctors never even mentioned. So, the question is, what might be possible for you? Even when doctors said it was impossible, hit subscribe so you don't miss it. And hey, comment gold if you want more healing stories. Remember, healing isn't always about adding more to your life. Sometimes, it's about finding the exact key that unlocks what your body already knows how to do.